The Pomodoro technique is one of the well-known time management methods for productivity. It involves working on a task for 25 minutes, followed by a short 5-minute break before picking up the next task or complete where you left off. To make the process even easier, let's break this into clear steps. So here are the steps you need to follow. Step 1. Choose the task you need to work on. To begin with, you must choose what you need to work on. You must pick a single task because it helps avoid distractions and multitasking. Choose a task that you've been postponing, or any kind of task waiting for your action. Step 2. Set a timer for 25 minutes. You need a timer to notify you when the 25 minutes is over. Don't worry if the task you're targeting needs more time. You don't have to complete it in a single slot. Step 3. Start working on the task until the timer beeps. You must put all your energy and focus on the task at hand for those 25 minutes. While you're on it, you must avoid all the distractions, like using your phone or talking to people around you. Step 4. Take a short break when the Pomodoro is complete. When the timer beeps, you've completed one Pomodoro. Take a short break of 3 to 5 minutes to relax and do whatever you want to do, like drinking water, checking your phone, etc. Do not use the time to get more work done, because you need to give your brain some breathing space. Step 5. Repeat these steps 4 times. Follow the same pattern of 25 minutes of work followed by a short break. You can pick a new task for every Pomodoro, or resume where you stopped at the end of the last slot. Once you finish 4 such cycles, take a longer break of 50 to 30 minutes. And that's how the entire process looks like. Let's move on to the important tips for implementing the method effectively. Number 1. Don't skip the breaks. The technique suggests you take a short break after each focused session. While you may want to continue working, resist the urge to do so. Taking a time out helps your brain relax, assimilate information, and prepare for the next slot. Number 2. Do your best to avoid distractions. The technique was invented to help you maintain focus on the task at hand. If you keep picking up your phone constantly, you're nullifying all your effort. Number 3. Do not work on multiple tasks in one Pomodoro. If you target more than one task within one slot, you'll lose time switching attention from one task to another. You need to pick one task at a time. Set aside one Pomodoro for each task you have. If you remember a pending task when you're between a Pomodoro, make a note. But don't jump into that task, even if it's small, unless it is unavoidable. Number 4. Have discipline. You need to have a strong discipline to keep the breaks short after each Pomodoro, and make sure to relax after one Pomodoro is over, even if you have the energy to keep going. Don't let the distractions interrupt you, as this will make you waste time and will turn the Pomodoro technique into short spans of work, followed by long breaks of distractions. Number 5. The technique requires practice. During your initial attempts, you will have a hard time avoiding distractions and maintaining focus. Don't give up assuming you're not cut for this. Every person has a challenge in the early days adapting to short slots of focused attention, but you will get accustomed to the pattern in a few days. Now let's talk about the advantages of using the Pomodoro technique. Number 1. It uses primacy and recency effects. As per psychology, the brain has an easier time remembering the first and last items of a list. You can apply the same concept to enhance your learning methods. By allowing short sessions with breaks, you create more opportunities for the primacy and recency effect. As a result, you will digest and retain information better, compared to hours of relentless studying. Number 2. It improves your focus. The biggest advantage of using this time management technique is the improvement in focus. When you have multiple tasks to do, they can pull your attention in all directions. By targeting one task at a time, you make progress towards the goal that matters. The method yields great results, especially when studying for an exam or learning new material. Number 3. It helps you make progress. If you lack structure to your day, you'll find yourself working on one task after another until you reach the end of the day. Unfortunately, such an unorganized approach forces you to postpone the long-term goals you care about. But if you set aside a couple of Pomodoro slots every day for the goals that resonate with you, you will keep moving forward towards your target. Number 4. It helps you track the effort you put in. You will have a clear vision on what you need to work on, and also the results of all your efforts. Note down every task you work on at the end of each Pomodoro. This is how you will have a clear vision on your process, and you will know exactly what you need to improve. Now you might have some questions in mind about the Pomodoro technique, like, what's the origin of the term Pomodoro? The method was invented by Francesco Cirillo in the last 1980s. Back then, as a university student, he used a kitchen timer, which was tomato-shaped, to track time. Pomodoro is the Italian word for tomato, which Cirillo used to name the technique. Another question you might have: why is the length of each slot 25 minutes? The duration of 25 minutes is only a suggestion. It stands at a middle ground between being too short to get a job done or too long to maintain focus. However, you can use a different Pomodoro time to suit your need. And it depends on what you're working on. You can play around with the slot duration and break timings based on your needs. You will boost your productivity by experimenting and figuring out what suits your personality and circumstances the best. But keep in mind that longer sessions can lead to fatigue and lack of concentration, especially if you have a short attention span. Also, shorter slots will spawn frequent breaks, which can disturb your rhythm. Does the Pomodoro technique work for everyone? Just like any other self-improvement concept, the Pomodoro technique has both believers and haters. Some claim that the method has changed their lives, while some others complain that it made no difference. The results of the technique depends on your current mindset and habits. If you currently approach your day without a clear structure or a plan, implementing the Pomodoro technique will make a difference in your productivity. But if you already have a structure to your schedule where you spend focused time on the right tasks, you will not notice any significant difference. However, you can start using the Pomodoro technique if you have pending tasks, and make it work for your current schedule. You just have to find the sweet spot and find a way to fit the technique into your life. If you're new to this time management technique, you'll certainly see the reward when used correctly. It can increase your focus and thereby your productivity. This isn't the only technique that you can use. There are other techniques that we can cover later in a different video. So what do you think of the Pomodoro technique? If you have any other questions, drop them down below.